Analysis on this one. Alistair Cole, Professor of Political Sciences at Sciences Po in Lyon, joins us. Good evening to you, sir. Are you surprised that François Fillon decided to ignore the pressure he's been under and all the controversy and carry on, almost regardless?
I think that Fillon made a strategic calculation that he had nothing to lose. I mean, let's think of Fillon. From Fillon's perspective, he was brilliantly elected in the primary elections, brilliantly selected, with a total of over 4 million people turning out for those primaries. And then everything seems to have gone wrong. And how clearly, from Fillon's personal perspective, he doesn't really believe he's done anything wrong. He feels he's been invested with from Republican supporters with the chance to be the candidate, and so he wants to carry on. So I'm not surprised on a personal level. I think, however, he's made some pretty serious mistakes. I think his initial reaction was poor, unprofessional. He appears now to be pulling things around somewhat, but there's a great deal of skepticism, as was illustrated in the interviews that you carried out with the people in Paris.
And yet another allegation about a payout to his wife coming today in the Canard enchaîné. What does this whole affair tell us about French public life, do you think?
I think it tells us that it's a pretty difficult place to be at the moment. I mean, if you take, let's have two different interpretations of this. One might say, from Fillon's perspective, the practices that are being condemned today are well-rooted practices, and you know that really there was never many questions in the past raised actually about whether spouses should be parliamentary assistants or not. But clearly there is a move, there's a more general anti-politics move in French politics, as elsewhere, of course, in Europe and the world. And the problem, the real problem that Fillon has is that he fought that primary campaign on precisely ethics and transparency, as you pointed out, and that he's been found wanting really on those issues, and it might well be that the damage is too substantial for Fillon. I do, however, feel just to make the final point here that Fillon played a clever hand the other day when he basically challenged any alternative candidates within the Republicans to make themselves known, and made it very clear that he was a candidate he felt was invested, and he wants to start talking about the real policy issues. Now, whether he'll get a chance to do that or not, of course, is another question.
Alistair Cole of Sciences Po Lyon, thank you so very much indeed for joining us.